So Madison was going to school at the church that I was attending. She was in ministry school, right? And we had a bunch of mutual friends, and there were a couple like moments that I was supposed to meet her that never ended up happening because I was either doing something or vice versa, so it never worked out. And she ended up moving back to Georgia after ministry school, and I remember randomly I had reached out to one of our mutual friends. I was like, hey, like, what happened to that blonde girl? What happened to her? What happened to her? And they were all like, she moved back to Georgia. And I was like, oh man, that sucks, but whatever, I'm gonna follow her on social media. And you know, we after that, it wasn't long before we kind of like started interacting and talking to one another, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this girl's so cool. Like I wanna like be her friend. Like I'm trying to like know who this is. And a couple months after, you know, us first like interacting on social media, she ended up telling me that she was gonna come to where I was at, to Miami, and you know, that she had already a trip planned. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like already planning in my mind. I'm like, oh gosh, like she's coming, like I gotta take her out to eat, like I gotta, you know. But it wasn't even just take her out to eat. Like by the time that our relationship, our friendship had developed, and the trip came, it was like she landed in the airport, and I was like, this is 100% gonna be like the woman that I spend the rest of my life with. Like this is everything that I've been looking for my entire life. So long story short, man, it wasn't long after the first time that I saw her that probably a couple days after, I was like, hey, like, just so that you know, it goes without saying, like, you're my girlfriend. And like, I didn't ask her to be my girlfriend. I kind of told her. I was like, hey, like, we're dating, just in case you were wondering. There's just nobody I'd rather spend the rest of my life with, bro. At all. Like, there isn't. To take it all away from me, and if I got her, I got everything. I swear.
Your first date with Danelle?
Oh my gosh, yes. We ate Asian takeout in the college dorms, and we just watched movies, and it was like the best day of my life because it was so chill. That's always been our relationship, just like being best friends.
Our first date was actually at the movies, and I spent way more money than I had in my bank account at the time, and I was worried after it. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like, dude, young and dumb, man. But I knew I loved her. I knew I was gonna marry her the moment that I met her, for sure. And the first date was kind of like one of those moments where I was like, nah, yeah, you're for sure getting scooped up. Like, I'm gonna marry you.
What did you think about him when you first met him? Like, what were your first thoughts?
I don't know, I just thought, I was so drawn to him because he just like was such a leader, honestly. Like the whole room would always be drawn to him, and I loved like how other people interacted with him. Who is that? I need that man in my life.
For the church, and maybe she came back.
Yeah, she did.
She had just started dating Danelle. And I remember we were upstairs. It was just me and you, Sarah Nell, and Madison, and she was like straight up said, "I'm gonna marry this man." And I'm like, what? Yeah.
Do you remember when you told me and Sarah Nell that you were gonna marry him? And that was like at the very beginning of when you first started dating?
Gosh, I knew from the jump he was the one, for sure.
How did you know that he was the one?
Oh my gosh, it was just a feeling like in my heart, you know? Like it was like discernment. I knew I'm gonna marry this man. Like everything about him was everything I ever wanted and prayed for, so. You're gonna make me cry. I messed up my makeup already. Yeah, we're good.
Hey, Queen. Hey, Mom.
Hi.
Come over.
The first time I met Danelle, he came to Atlanta to meet Trent and I. And of course I thought he was beautiful. He had a beautiful smile. And I knew he was Madison's taste, 100%. little darker skin. That's what she wanted. He ended up being everything she listed 21 things. Did y'all know that? 21 things that she wanted in a guy. And he met every single one of them.
What are you most excited about that dynamic, that relationship now?
I don't know, other than just like, you know, she is my angel in every way, and like she's my go-to for a lot of things. Most people would not realize that, but I go to her for everything. And so, and to see to see her get married, like I can't even imagine. I was saying last night how funny it is. She's never been on a trip really without us. But she's going on a trip with a man.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to moments that are mundane and being able to just like enjoy those moments. Like I'm looking forward to like home cooked meals. I'm looking forward to just like us being together and being with one another, and like I'm looking forward to like learning more about her in a new way. Yeah.
Having somebody to make the boring stuff fun.
Yeah, and she's that person.
I feel that.
She is that person. Like if I'm with her, I'm home. Like I'm that's my person. Yeah.
There's probably going to be multiple crying sessions for me. I'm supposed to be doing a ceremony, and I think I'm probably just going to cry a ceremony. It might be like SNL, you never know what will happen.
Really funny. Like she's a whole goofball, but to the world she's very serious and creative and extremely just passionate about everything that she puts her attention to. But like with me though, she's like that's my G right there. Like she calls me Marlon. Like that. Like I'm gonna stay there because we like I don't know. I think from Finding Nemo. Because the main character of the fish's name is Marlin, and like sometimes I call her Dory or Marla because she calls me Marlin. So Marlin and Marla, which is like not even related to Finding Nemo. But
Oh, you better stop. That light over her. I know. It's
something that I really love about her, and something that I really am just excited to step into is just like traveling with her and being able to kind of just like grow old together and kind of like go through like different phases of life with each other, because I feel like, you know, like we've I mean, I'm 23, she's 22, and we're kind of like in a very important place in our life right now, but I'm just so excited to see her like 10 years from now, to see like all the great things that she's about to like accomplish in this life. And oh man, my Madison, I can't believe we're getting married today. This is crazy.
Mom is just really losing it. I love it. Bring that arm down for shooting it. But there you go. Yes! I love it!
Let's just take a ride along the bay.
Yeah, my mother passed away earlier this year. Today's her birthday.
Feeling?
So I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know.
I think that's a beautiful way to honor her, to change it
Yeah,
to today.
yeah, and it was actually Madison's idea. That's like another. I kept that in my heart, you know what I mean? Like when everything happened, I was like, God, it would be really awesome to get married on my mother's birthday. But what I want and God's will, sometimes they're not, you know. And I feel like God is just so good that He grants all the desires of our hearts, right? So I kept that in my heart. I didn't say nothing about it at all. And a random day, Madison texted me. She was like, "Hey, what do you think about us getting married on your mother's birthday?" And I just looked up. I was like, Lord, you're a funny guy.
You can read it now. And then you write this.
Mi bebo, I walk beside you every day. I kiss your cheek and smile. Know that I'll be with you as you're walking down the aisle. Damn. Always your queen, mommy. I love it. Come on, boy. Let's go. Yes. Come on, we got it. Got it. Yeah. You don't walk in front of me. You lost it. You know what you lost? Your mind.
You're a dream. Oh my God. That is so blessed. That is so blessed. You made that.
You help make it.
I did my little part. I did my little part. More baby's breath. This is my child. This is my child.
Yep.
For if you're rolling the cameras,
I never
the
asked
first
that.
thing I
didn't
did
know
when
what that
I
meant.
walked in, there are two things
Then I walked in here and said, do we have more baby's breath? And why are the flower petals there? She just said, I didn't ask for the flower petals, and do we have more baby's breath? Okay, there you go. Honestly, I was crying before I ever turned around because I had to think about 22 years and somehow this little baby that we moved to Florida with when she was 8 months old was a bride right behind me, and I'm just stunned by the woman that she has become, who she is. She's the joy of my life as a father, and I cannot express how proud I am of her. I love you, Madison Corey. I love you.
And she's the princess.
And she is the princess, absolutely, of the house. She is the princess. Keisha's the queen, but Madison is definitely the princess. For sure, for sure.
My sweet girl, we've been through so much together. We've been tried by fire and refined. There were times where I didn't know what you'd do. There were times where I didn't know what you'd do to see us through certain situations. It wasn't always easy. We've learned to walk through the hard things, to communicate better. I've seen a girl turn into a woman right before my eyes, a God-fearing woman that prays with authority, that's fearless, that's strong. I love you so much. I promise to be faithful. I promise that I won't run away when things become difficult. I want to be who God called me to be for us, and I promise to only strive towards that goal. I promise I'll do right by the trust and confidence our mother and father put in me to be your husband. I promise that my past and my family's past will not determine our future, because many are called but few are chosen. We were chosen for one another, and I will not take that lightly or say that as if it is light. This is serious. This is a shift in our life. This is the most important moment of my life. I'm so thankful it's you. I wouldn't change a single thing. I love you with all of me.
Our love is the kind of love that I've prayed for my whole life. God created me to love deeply, and I never understood why, but when I look into your eyes, it all makes sense. You are the love of my life. There will be many unknowns in this life, but of this love, I'm sure. I've never been more sure. Your smile gets me through the hard days, and your touch soothes my soul. Your laugh fills my heart with joy. I promise to always laugh with you when it feels like the whole world is crashing down on us. And I promise to stand by your side through every storm. I promise to be patient, and my heart will keep no record of wrongs. My love will not envy or boast. I promise to honor you. I promise to protect you and follow you. I would follow you anywhere. I promise to never leave your side. You are my greatest joy and my greatest treasure. Everything I've ever prayed for, you are. I promise to raise a godly family with you one day, and I'll work every day at becoming the wife and mother God called me to be for you. I promise to grow old with you and love you even more than I do now. I promise to stay in the room no matter what. Your side is where I'll reside. Home is wherever you are. I love you with my whole heart, and I wouldn't change a thing about our story. God has been there every step of the way, and I know that's never gonna change. You have all of me forever. I love you, Putters.
I love you more than you love me.
That's right.
So pretty.
I love you. I
So
love you so
beautiful.
much. Thank you.
Love you.
Big day. Better get ready. That's where life begins.
Precious friends and loved ones, we're gathered here today in the presence of God, in the sight of all you who love Danelle and Madison, to unite them in holy matrimony. This is a beautiful day and a blessed day. This is an honorable thing and a right thing that you're doing. Just say, Danelle, the first time I met you, son, you came to our church in Roman Beach. The first time that you spoke, that I looked at you, I had this sense, there's something wonderful about this young man. I've watched you now through these last couple of years, through highs and through lows. I've watched you draw close to Jesus. Here's what I know. You're going to be a great husband and a wonderful dad. Madison. You're 8? I'm sorry, y'all. The older I get, the mushier I get. Come on. You were 8 months old first time I met you, laid eyes on you. You and your family are so precious to me. I'm honored to get to be here with you today. I remember when you and my daughter Channing were best of friends, just as little toddlers, learning to walk together, talking gibberish together, and I blinked, and here we are today. But Madison, there's such an anointing on your life. There's so much purpose in you. I've always believed in you, and I believe in you greatly today. You're going to be a great wife. You're going to be a wonderful mom. This is going to be a precious family.
Beneath the surface of my anxious imagination, back into calmness that is found in you alone. It washes over every doubt, every imperfection. Jesus, your presence is the comfort of my soul. There's nowhere I'd rather.
Danelle and Madison, today is a day you will never forget. You see, God is into the details. He knows your names, and He brought you to this moment. Today is the day when the prayers of your parents and grandparents have been answered. Come on, somebody. Today is the day God weaves your souls together into a beautiful tapestry and seals a covenant that only He could design. Today is the day where you two become one. And today, Madison and Danelle, is a day you will never forget. With this ring,
I'd be with.
Danelle and Madison have made a decision that the first thing that they wanted to do as a couple was to take the Lord's Supper together. By the power vested in me by God Almighty, I now pronounce you husband and wife. What God has put together, let no man put asunder. Danelle, you may kiss the bride again. Go ahead.
I'm sorry about that.
Look just like you when you make them smile. We prayed for wild boys and boy did we get wild. Yeah, but I would never change a thing, except that time could slow down. Time would slow down. 'Cause what is time keep on giving, but time keeps on ripping me apart. Oh, I've learned to cherish every moment. Moments don't slow down to please the heart. That's what makes it hard. Almond eyes, the last thing that I pray to see before I die. Until we meet again in paradise, I'll never have to look away. 'Cause that's when time will slow down. Finally time will slow